This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
Hey, the recording thing's going now.
Was it not before?
Well, no, because it was on the other scene. I didn't have it on there. So you couldn't turn it on with the thing. But now we're recording. So I will say, hello, everyone. Welcome to the StreamVoid podcast, episode 177.
Wowee.
That's right. 177 episodes in.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Right. And I am MikeyT. And of course, across from me is KurbStomped.
Bonjour.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers. And you are listening to StreamVoid Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
Yes.
So let's talk about that in-between stuff before we get to the good stuff. And some might say that the in-between stuff is the best part of the stuff.
Maybe.
And some might say it's the worst.
I don't know.
You will let us know in the comments down below.
Nah, they won't.
They sure won't.
For me, I was the same working whatever as usual, but they at the warehouse they actually told me something was coming.
Oh,
which is always a nice surprise. And it was also the Frozen stuff that's coming. So, but this time they told I was ahead of time, so we can like get prepared for it, you know?
Yep.
Because usually it's like, oh, this is coming later today. We're getting like 10 skids, so we have to rearrange everything to fit it in, right? So this time I knew ahead of time so I could get it lined up, right?
Yeah.
But not everything is a one-man job in the freezer because skids are heavy. Also, it's slippery.
Yep.
So it's hard to like move stuff around, right?
Can't get traction.
Yeah. But we have a new pallet jack, so that made it a lot easier because the other ones were all fucked up. So I was actually able to move these skids fairly easily.
Nice.
But there was some stuff that I was like, I need help with.
Did you put your cleats on?
No cleats. Just my running shoes. You know?
Yeah.
So I got it all ready, and I was like, I'm going to do this in the afternoon, and then I'll need some help to finish it off, right? And the guy's like, yeah, okay, no problem. We can do it later, right? So I got it all ready, and what it was like I wanted to move some skids from one freezer to the other and stack some so we take up less space or whatever. So I got it all lined up, so I moved all the skids to the front of the containers and everything. And it's like 2:00, and I called them because I was ready to go, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this is ready, so like whenever you're ready, like, you know, we can take care of it. It won't take too long. There's just a few things, right? So I'm having lunch right now, but after lunch, I'll come down and we can do it. Okay, fine. So I'm doing other stuff inside, you know? And it's like, okay, now it's 3:00. Okay, now it's 3:30. Okay, now it's 3:45, and I leave in 30 minutes.
Yep.
So, okay, I guess he's not coming to do it? I don't know. So I had to go and like, I had to like move the stuff because like, I was ready to go, like, when he came. So I had, like, in the freezer was, like, the pallet jack. But it was blocked in. Because the idea was, like, we would do it, and then I'd be ready to do what I needed to do with the pallet jack.
Yeah.
So, like, well, I can't just leave it in the freezer over the weekend. Like, who knows what that'll do to the pallet jack? Be at minus 20 degrees for, like, 48 hours straight, right? So I had to rearrange it all and put it back. And then, like, you know, in the midst of that, he calls me. He's like, oh, I got tied up. Sorry. We'll have to do it like Monday or whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. I wasted my time. No big deal. So anyways, I put it all back and everything like that. But it was just like, fuck.
This guy.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And, but it's going to be super easy.
Yeah.
Actually being prepared for it this time. Because every other time, like I said, it's been just like, oh, fuck, now I have to go and quickly move this stuff. And like, it'll end up being put away. But it's like, oh, I got to get this item and I have to climb over this other skid to get to it because it's like in the back and shit.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yes.
Anyways. Yeah, that sucked. What else?
You getting in any office chairs?
We have some gaming chairs.
I know you have gaming chairs, but I don't want racing seats.
No, I mean, not that I know of, but we have like lots of that Amazon shit still.
Yeah, I know. I was in there and I was like, oh, look at these headlights.
Yeah, that's exactly when they told me. They're like, we're getting a trailer load of Amazon like returns or whatever. I'm like, oh, it's going to be all shitty car parts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, a majority of it is like weirdo car parts.
Yeah.
But then I'll see like, oh, there's like a computer monitor that was returned. And I'll be like, oh. And I'll look at it and be like, oh. It's like 160 hertz. Oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, it's 1080p. Like, oh my God.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, so far I don't think that this has been a very good deal, but
Yeah, you never know.
I mean,
You probably got a lot of skids to go through still.
oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, let me know if you see any office chairs, because I
Mm-hmm.
I need some office chairs for the office.
Mm-hmm.
The shop.
You're
As it
not
were.
going to take that one over there?
No.
No.
This one stays here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out, but I'm not expecting
Yeah.
anything really.
I was looking, and because I went downstairs and I was like, do we just get a couple of these Marvel Avengers?
Oh yeah, the Avengers
gamer chairs.
They're not too good, I don't think.
I just need something to sit on that's not the chairs that we have for the regular tables.
Yeah.
Because those make my butt sweat,
Oh God.
and I can't. And they're too low.
So they make your butt sweat. Imagine a fat gamer sitting
Right?
on them. Oh
They're-
my God.
well-
Swass attack.
Yeah, but then we can wipe it off with little stuff because it's vinyl.
Ew, gross. So disgusting, dude.
Yeah, because the tables are a little bit too high for the chairs for me to do typing properly,
Oh yeah.
and the edges of the tables are really sharp. So I they hit my forearms.
Oh,
And I'm like
yeah.
trying to type, and scratch my arms up. I'm like, oh God,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
What else? I mean, I was in the office doing the regular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy. I got an email from this company in the States that screwed us over one time with an order.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we haven't had an order from you for a while. Like, what's the deal? And I was just like, well, remember when you screwed us over?
Remember when you completely botched it and cost
Yeah.
us a ton of money and
That's-
we
well,
didn't get half of our items?
It wasn't a ton of money, but it was enough to be like, oh, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's a knife company, right? So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ordered, and they're ordered from their international section.
Mhm.
Everything looked good.
Yeah.
And then they shipped it, and UPS didn't want to clear it because of the knives in it. And rather than like contacting me, they're just like, oh, return it. Because I could have had my broker do it,
Yeah.
and then we would have got most of them through the border. And then I was like, well, why don't you give me a credit for my next order on this money of the shipping? And they're like, well, you need to know what can come into the country and blah, blah. I'm like, I ordered from your fucking international section. Anyways, fuck these guys.
Yeah, exactly. So rude.
It's kind of funny too. I was on TikTok and I keep seeing this. There's this, I don't know why you would ever buy something like this, but there's this TikTok account of a guy selling these knives.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you go like, I want the $100 package. And he like has like these vending machines that he cranks and these little balls come out and you open it up and they'll be like, you get this butterfly knife or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't even get to choose the knives, right? He just chooses.
It's like a mystery box.
Basically. But then he films him making these boxes.
Mhm.
And be like, here's the $100 box. I'm looking at them like, that's like $10 worth of knives. Like they're these shitty knives that I would be buying for like $3 each. And
Yeah.
he's selling them in this kit for $100. And he puts them in like a tactical box, which is
Mhm.
probably worth more than the knives.
Yep.
But he puts the knives in there with no extra padding, closes it, and then picks it up. And I'm just like, the knives would just immediately fall around in the box. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
get all
it's,
dinged up and chipped.
This
No
whole
wrapping,
thing.
no nothing.
and
Wow.
people would be in. I was like, this guy's got a great scam because people are in the comments and like, oh, my order was number 73229. Can you do a video of my order? And people, I saw a few comments where people be like, that was like $3 worth of knives in this order. So yeah, you're right. It was like $3 worth of knives.
People who know.
Oh my God. As soon as I saw the knives, I was like, oh my God, these knives are worth nothing. But people like it, I guess.
I guess so.
Anyways, that was pretty much it for work. I think. Yeah, I didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
It's been pretty boring recently.
Yeah.
Just listening to a lot of YouTube videos about murders, stuff like that. You know?
Yep.
Pretty good.
Classic true crime.
Which did make me think about, like, how, like, I was trying to think, like, in my lifetime, have I ever heard of, like, a kid going missing or being murdered?
Missing and murdered?
Yeah, here.
Here?
Yeah. I've heard of, like, adults going missing and being killed, but, like, you ever heard of a kid being kidnapped?
Not, no.
No.
Only by their parents.
Yeah, but...
It's always the parents.
Even then, I haven't really heard about that too much.
Yeah.
Like, the only young person I could think of would be that Ryan Stutka guy, and then way back in the day, there was Sherry... I can't remember her name. That, like, they found her bike.
Mm-hmm. Ryan was an adult, though.
Yeah, he was young. He was, like, 20 or whatever. But, like, he's just, like, he got lost. He's, like, his body's in the forest somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it's not like he was kidnapped, and it's not like a conspiracy. It's like he was a little intoxicated and, like, went in the bushes to take a piss and then was, like, got turned around and he died of exposure, you know?
Yeah.
So.
It is strange no one's been able to find him yet, but.
I mean, yeah, but it's also, like.
Bear country.
Well, that, and it's not really that easy to find thing in the forest.
No, it's very difficult, in fact.
So, I'm not that surprised.
As a seasoned geocacher,
yeah,
it's very difficult.
But also, like, you could think, like, you walk through an area, they could have walked, like, 10 feet away from his body.
Yeah.
And been like, as long as it's not making a smell, you wouldn't
notice
definitely
it, wouldn't notice it.
So.
It's just reclaimed by nature.
Yep. Exactly. Anyways, murder. Or,
death by exposure.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you?
Work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was end of the month on Friday, so it was pretty busy.
Oh, yeah.
And I was waiting around for test results to come in for sites, and then it's like 2:30, and I'm like, I call the guy up. I can tell he's driving in his van somewhere, and I'm like, well, you're going home. So and then I'm like, hey, where are the you guys going to get those test results in from me by the end of the day? And then they're like, oh, we didn't test.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't test? This site is due. These 4 sites are due today. And like, oh, yeah, we didn't test any of them.
So do they turn around or they just continue driving home?
They just continue driving
home.
Wow,
that's cool of them.
The splicer already went home, so.
Why wouldn't they test them? Just laziness?
I don't know. I think they didn't have enough time throughout the week to test.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is due. It's due.
Yeah.
Today.
Fun.
And then I gotta have the uncomfortable conversation with my PM, and then her boss calls me as well. And I'm like, oh, great.
Nice.
And then it's like 5 o'clock. And then I'm like, okay, well, it's Friday at 5. I guess I'm gonna go home now.
Yep.
Cheers.
Nothing I can do.
Yep. That's the difference between the coast and the interior.
Yeah.
Interior boys?
They'd have it done?
Yeah. Coast boys? No.
Nah, that's all right. That sounds like a problem for someone that's not me.
Well, it's technically my problem because I'm the project manager.
No, I mean, that's what they think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta do something about this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case of there's not enough manpower down there.
Oh, so they're not even in fear of losing their job?
No. Well, there's not enough manpower.
What are you going to do?
Fire the specialized jobs, right?
What are you going to do? Fire me?
There's only one splicer down there shared between like 3 different projects.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going home early today. Bye.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah. Cool.
That's literally what it was. And then my PM was like, hey, just hire somebody else. I'm like, it costs $100,000 to outfit a splicer.
Yeah.
$100,000. And that's not exaggerating. That's how much it costs.
Yeah. And they're like, well, maybe hold off on that for now.
Yeah. It's literally how much it costs.
Yeah.
It's wild. The specialized equipment you need for fiber optic splicing.
No kidding. You'd think a splicing sort of company would, need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do.
Yeah.
We have tons of equipment, but it's all, separated out for each splicer that we have.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I mean,
that sucks.
Hopefully, everyone's learned their lesson.
No. Definitely not.
No. Because I was there till 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm off at 3. So that's a couple hours overtime for me.
Oh, wow.
I had to do a bunch more paperwork because these guys did not get their stuff in. So I had to get different stuff in that I didn't have prepared. And they're like, okay, you get this in then? I'm like, okay, I will do that for you.
Oh, wow. What a good guy.
I know. Well, it's it's close to $60 an hour when I go overtime.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, that's fine too.
it's close to that.
That's fine too.
I don't think it's quite there. And then the other overtime I do is all at the Game Hub. Oh, big announcement. The Game Hub will be open July 1st.
Oh my God. Canada Day?
Canada Day.
Crazy.
That's going to be our first open day. We're going to be doing a private soft launch party on the 29th.
Oh, baby.
We ordered $26,000 in stock. I think it's 26.
Okay.
Might be a little bit less than that, 25, 24.
Mm-hmm.
And so next week it should be arriving.
Ooh.
And then we got to inventory and put everything into the system.
Oh,
get
baby.
everything in there.
So,
we don't have our singles fully in the system yet.
Oh, no.
And we're still trying to figure out the bugs in the system.
So are you going to pre-load the inventory?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be my job. I have something to do today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You can add that to my my consulting fee.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty big.
I'll give you all the Benelish heroes you need.
It's getting pretty big. Yeah, that's a nice shortcut, you know?
Yeah, I
You just put in what you've ordered, and then if anything doesn't show up, you remove that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You're welcome.
That's good. I wasn't going to go to the shop today, but now I am. Because that's something I can do.
There you go.
I was like, oh, I don't have anything to do until the order arrives. And
Yep.
I'm like, oh, now I do.
Yep.
Yesterday, we're doing a special like shelf tag
Mm-hmm.
that has like a QR code on it. You can scan it to learn more about what you're looking at.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have any of the videos done.
Oh.
So I made up all the shelf tags. Everything's tagged that we have right now. But the holders, I'm trying to find like a holder that fits on a wood shelf that's not tacky. Was difficult to find. I found these I went to Rootsies by Wamaco.
Oh, wow.
They're down by Desert City there. And I bought these like little clips that have little slots you can put cards in. And then I printed all the tags out, put them all on like a cardboard backing, cut all those up, slam them in there. And
Nice.
it fits. And I'm like, oh my God, this is taking forever.
Yeah. Did you get a card machine yet? The put in a toonie, crank it, get some cards?
No, we're not going to do that.
Why not?
Because it scratches the hell out of
No,
them.
but I sent you that video.
I know.
Where you put that little cardboard sleeve around
we
it.
do have an idea of what to do with that, though.
Okay.
We're gonna do. It's gonna be just like a stack in a box, and you have to buy like the cards in the line instead of having like the machine.
No thanks. No thank you.
That's what
The machine's funner.
It is funner, but yeah, it's gonna be too much of a pain in the ass. I think.
No. I think it would be worth it.
You think so?
Yeah, I see people do it on TikTok all the time. They're always like, I found a magic vending machine. And I gotta buy one. I gotta try it.
We'll put it like somewhere mysterious back by the bathroom.
What, the vending machine?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you gotta have it out front because it's like a spur of the moment thing.
Spur of the moment?
It should be like right by the till or the door or something.
Yeah.
It's an impulse.
Impulse buy.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. Anyways.
Yep. I made all of Angry Chime Noises made lanyards.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
Serenith.
Yes.
Her new name is Angry Chime Noises.
Yes.
She made lanyards for our name tags, and I made up all the name tags yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I need a more accurate color printer.
Oh, do you?
Because the colors come off kind of muted on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I am using a laser and not an inkjet, so that could be why.
Get them printed at like Staples.
I could probably just go next door and get them printed too, since we're Visual Signs is right there.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
But I'm trying to do it for low cost of toner.
What do you think is cheaper, to get them to print it or to buy a new printer?
I'll probably get them to print it. But like these one-off things where I can just like print it instantly, that's pretty handy.
Yeah, down the road.
Down the road. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We got some of our Games Workshop order in.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, oh man, they give you a lot of promo stuff.
Of course.
There's a bunch of posters where it's like, oh, ask a staff member how to paint. And I'm like, ooh.
Don't ask me that.
We can't put that up. And then there's another poster like, ask a staff member how to play. I'm like, ooh.
Don't do that either.
Can't do that. No.
Yeah.
We don't know how to play.
Yeah.
And we don't have a store army yet.
A store army?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's the learn to play army.
Oh, God.
They did they shipped like a whole thing, like a whole box of like just one Space Marine spurs so that people can learn how to paint on those, put them together and paint.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I hope so. It should
Yeah.
cost so much money.
Yeah. It's very expensive. We were looking at some of like the larger models and like there's one that's $200.
Cost?
No.
Retail.
Retail.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The cost is like probably 100 something.
Yeah. Yep.
I should look up. We were kind of whining about that, how costly they were, but I should look up how much like Gundam models are.
Yeah, I don't know. Gundam model's just a model, though. There's no rules or rule books with it or anything.
No.
So, it is a little different, but... I will not be playing anything from Games Workshop.
It's an expensive hobby to get into.
That's for sure.
It's extremely expensive.
Pay to win.
Pay to win. Oh, yeah, there's some larger Gundams that are like $180.
Oh, yeah.
USD.
It's more like a Gundam statue.
Yeah. You put it together, you paint it. It's good.
Yep.
But yeah, so all our stocks should be coming in next week, and it's going to be a madhouse getting everything priced up.
So you'll have your Lorcana and Magic the Gathering stuff.
Lorcana is coming from Montreal, so it might not get in super early. Actually, we got a nice deal. The guy was like, "Oh, I'll give you all these promo packs." Something like a store promo pack. So we have like the first edition, like booster boxes. And
was this just from a dude?
No, from our contact at the distribution warehouse.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty nice. He's going to try and get us all this cool stuff because we're a new store.
Oh, interesting.
But maybe you like the color of the store. I don't know.
Maybe. And you'll have Magic the Gathering?
We will have Magic the Gathering.
For opening day?
Yes. We'll have the last 3 sets. Modern Horizons 3, Thunder Junction, and Karlov. Murder at Karlov's Manor, I think. Something like that. But the new set, we pre-ordered the new set, which is Blumborough. Something Blumborough? Can't remember, but it's all like anthropomorphic mice and stuff fighting anthropomorphic dogs. I can't remember what the hell what it's based off of. Some RPG system, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had time to look into anything.
Mm-hmm.
But the artwork is super cool. It's kind of like Rats of Nim, kind of high fantasy stuff like that.
Interesting.
I'm like, oh man, this is cool. I like this.
Interesting.
I like mice with swords fighting dogs.
Do they still do, for Magic the Gathering, when you buy a starter deck, is it random or is it like set?
Set.
Oh, that's
lame. All the starter decks are set.
That's lame. I like it when it was random.
I've been watching beta and alpha.
Yeah.
And unlimited starter decks being open. It's like, oh, it's totally random.
Hell yeah.
You get all 5 colors.
Oh yeah.
And maybe you don't even get a deck you can even play.
No, totally. Yeah, that's the way
it's like, I've got Circle of Protection, red, blue, green, and all the circles of protection, and 5 islands and nothing else.
I don't think I ever play. Well, you'd always get a set number of lands, but the other stuff was the random. Anything that I played Magic wise was always, none of the starter decks were set.
Yeah.
They were all random.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I started too.
Yeah.
Because I started in Ice Age.
Yeah, that's kind of when I stopped. It was Ice Age.
That's the set I remember, but I know I have a Sol Ring that's unlimited. And I got a ton of unlimited cards.
Well, I don't have them anymore, but I had unlimited cards too, but that was just from trading. I never played unlimited. I started in revised.
I don't think I bought any sealed product until Urza's.
Wow.
It was all just like loose cards here and there.
Crazy.
That's all I could afford, being a child who was poor.
Oh, yeah. I just had whatever, packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had a box of Fallen Empires. So I had a lot of goblins.
Yeah. The Assassin's Creed crossover is coming.
Uh-huh.
And the alternate art editions from Secret Lair for some of the cards are like, they're Da Vinci's notes inspired. Oh, yeah. And so it's all equipment and they're all done like Da Vinci would have done the art for, and they look super cool. I was like, man, these are dope.
Da Vinci is canonically an ally of the assassins.
Yes.
Yeah, because you meet him in Assassin's Creed 2 as Ezio.
Yeah.
He's a bit gay. Like, legitimately.
Have I played? Maybe I just watched somebody play that part
Assassin's Creed 2?
Assassin's Creed 2, and they got to that area where they were meeting.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 has one of the like most laugh out loud sections in it that made me laugh. Because you have to like rebuild the manor or whatever.
Yeah. And
you're rebuilding it, and then all of a sudden your uncle shows up after you've grown. He's been gone for years. You've grown up, and you don't really recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
And Ezio's looking at him. He's like, "It's me, your Uncle Mario." So,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that part. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's lots of cool, like just going through some of the cards. We've been alphabetizing everything, and some of the card art is super cool. I showed you the ones that are like 20s early, or maybe even earlier than that, like movie posters.
Yeah.
It's all like hand-drawn craziness.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are super cool.
Yeah, it's
They're
interesting.
Super cool.
I mean, yeah. Maybe if there's the old midnight launch or something like that, I'd get a whatever.
Just come down for giggles.
Take part in it, but I can't see myself being like, I need to purchase 4 of this to add to my deck. I just can't see myself doing that.
No, you got to be into it.
Maybe I'll get into it, but
you would get into more like a commander style of play where it's like you just need one. Just one of a card. But you need 100 cards in a deck.
Yeah, you still have to buy 100 cards.
Well, you could buy a pre-con.
Yeah.
Pre-constructed and then edit it from there. You might just have to come down and give it a ring and see if it gels with you even anymore. I
mean, I tried to play it online or whatever in the Magic Online. Not against people, just the computer or whatever. Yeah. And it just was like, meh.
I mean, that's what I'm like when I'm playing Magic Online. I'm just like, meh.
I just whatever. Like the other thing too is that like people that play it they know it all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know every fucking card, so
neither do I. I don't know. I barely know any of them. All you need to really know is the mechanics.
Yeah, but it's like you're playing against a guy that's got his fucking whole thing decked out and it's all whatever, and it's just like not fun.
Everything's
really.
Foil.
Well, it's just not. I don't know. It's just fun when it's like an adventure. Like if it was like, oh, we're gonna play like blind. Everyone gets, you know, they don't know the cards, but I think the guys that are into it have already like watched all the streams and they've already theory crafted their deck, and it's just like it's not really fun for me.
We want to do a thing for like one of the pre-releases is on Sunday. You have people who don't necessarily play Magic and come in and learn how to play, and then you'd have like a guy at every table who knows the mechanics and stuff, and they can kind of guide you through what you're doing, help you build your deck and whatever.
Yeah,
that's something we want to do to help other people, the accessibility for other people to join in, and then like no one's good, right? Yeah. So you're kind of more on a even playing field.
That could be interesting then.
Yeah. It'll be a good time.
Let me know when you get your Pokemon cards in.
You got it. You gonna buy some Pokemon cards?
Yeah, maybe.
I know a couple people from work who are gonna buy Pokemon cards as well.
Yeah.
They spent last week just cracking boxes. I think they bought 5 boxes.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
It's like, come on.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of boxes.
Couldn't you wait till the store opened, guys?
Yeah, right?
Jesus Christ. Seriously. SMH my head.
Come on, boys.
Come on. They have to buy 10 to make it up to you now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Give them 10% off. It'll be fine.
Perfect.
For bulk buying boxes.
Nice.
Bulk buy box.
Bulk buy box. BBB.
I think that was it. That's pretty much it. I think I've talked about just about everything.
That's cool.
That we've done. I've been working the store hours. So I get home from work and then I just go to the store and I stay there doing whatever till 8.
Oh, yeah.
And then I do the cleanup activities.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning the glass, mopping the floor, sweeping everything up.
Yeah.
Making sure everything's good for the next day.
Nice.
It's been interesting. I think it takes me like an hour to get everything cleaned up.
Yeah.
And then I'm home by 9.
Imagine if it's been in use.
Oh, God. It's going to take even longer.
Yeah, exactly. You have
And
to
then-
clean the toilet seat 10 times a day.
Yeah. I get there and I clean the bathroom. And when I leave, I clean the bathroom.
And then you're going to have to schedule in a midday cleaning.
Midday clean, yeah.
Delousing of the bathroom.
Yeah, whoever's in midday needs to clean the bathroom.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I mean, at a couple of stores there, nobody cleans the bathroom.
Yeah.
It just gets disgusting. And there's like a trail of black up to the toilet.
Yeah.
And then 2 blips of black on either side. And then...
Yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, it smells awful in here.
Yeah.
Who's cleaning this?
Nobody.
Oh, nobody.
Nobody. You don't need
Cheers.
to clean it. It's optional.
Cheers.
Yeah. That's gross.
Yes. And yeah, that was it for my week. Really.
Do you have your snacks there yet?
No snacks there yet.
No drinks?
No, we're waiting. The fridge hasn't shown up yet.
July 1st?
I know.
Everyone's going to be parched.
Everyone is going to be parched. The fridge should be showing up next week. And we got to figure out how to get it behind the counter. Because you can't move the counter.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to lift it straight up.
Straight up and over.
Yep.
We're going to try and move the counter, but yeah. Lift it up and over. It should be on casters, I think. The picture shows casters.
Yeah, maybe. Might have to put them on.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to have to reach out to our snack guy and be like, all right, it's time to make a deal. Let's get some snacks going.
Let's make a deal. Can I have cheesies?
Yeah, I think so. I think he sells cheesies, all chips and pops
That's all
and
I
energy
need to know.
drinks and beef jerkies and koala cones and all that kind
I
of
just
stuff.
need to know about cheesies.
Yep.
Yep.
Hawkins.
Yeah, we're good then.
Yep.
There's something I can buy.
Very good. But yeah, I think that was it for my week.
Nice.
Yes.
You didn't watch anything.
No, didn't have time to watch a single thing.
Damn.
We watched 1 episode of Kaiju number 8 last night.
You even
and
watched
that's
a thing that I can't even talk about.
I know.
SMH, my head.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch Alkalite, though I hear things are going downhill quickly, just from articles and Wiener Boys, of course.
No, that's Wiener Boys. It stayed the same level of mediocrity throughout.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
But the boys.
And then, yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the boys.
God.
Or Haunted.
You don't even know what that is.
No, I sure don't.
House of the Dragon.
Oh.
You're not watching that anyways. So
No,
it doesn't
it's
matter.
true.
I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It was good. I enjoyed it. It's the prequel to the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Season 2.
Yes.
And there's going to be a war between dragons.
Dragon War.
I mean, we already know how it ends.
Yes.
Because the book's already been written. I've never seen your computer over here turn on a screensaver.
I have it set because this is the computer that lives at the shop.
Yeah.
So I have it set to lockdown
Okay.
after 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
So now I got to enter the password to get back in.
How crazy.
So hopefully the stream is still going because it should.
It is. I can see it.
Good.
I can see it.
Yeah, because there's going to be, people around.
Yeah.
There's no lock on the office door or the kitchen door, so
Why not?
I haven't installed it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, House of the Dragon. It was a little brutal.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, they're always brutal with those ones. But
Oh, yeah.
they didn't show it, but they cut off, spoilers, child's head in it. Because they broke into the castle to, they wanted to kill the son, basically, but they couldn't find the son they wanted to kill, so they found,
Just a random child.
the grandson, basically. Yeah. And they cut off his head. But it's also it's kind of how did these guys just walk in? They walked through the throne room with the king there, and there was no guards or anything. It was pretty stupid. But
I guess they weren't expecting assassination.
Yeah, but there's always the king's guard around.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was interesting. Anyways, if you never watch Game of Thrones, you'll never watch this. So.
Very good. I mean, I've seen a couple episodes of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but you kind of got to watch it all.
Yeah,
almost.
I think so.
Season 1 of this was good, so far Season 2 is fine-ish. Fine, yeah.
Fine-ish?
It's good.
It's okay?
That's just a few
it's
things
okay. It's
where I just was
entertaining.
why do these guys have to walk around the castle? The king's literally, they can see the king. Right there on the throne. He's drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
With his boys.
Drunk with his boys, yeah, okay.
And they just walk through the throne room. I mean, they're supposed to be there to catch rats or whatever, but...
the rat catchers.
Yeah. And they just walk through the throne room. And the sewer, lead... they just go through the sewer, right into, the hallway by the throne. Anyways.
Yeah, the rat catchers.
Yeah, but the door to the sewer is right by the throne room? I don't know, man.
the throne room. You know, it's the golden throne.
No, not that kind. See, this, I get it now. We're miscommunicating. Not a toilet. It's the Iron Throne.
Oh, no, we're not miscommunicating. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. But you should watch, if you're going to watch something, watch The Boys.
Yes.
Acolyte, meh, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
But The Boys? Oh, yeah.
The Boys, the stars have to align.
Well,
The Boys.
I will say, it's not a spoiler, but The Boys is kind of getting to be like what happens with any show like this, with the sort of side characters are like, no, this season I want more to do.
Yeah.
So then they have to have a side story involves them more. So there's a lot of stuff about like Frenchie and Kimiko.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't really give a fuck about what's happening with them.
They're kind of my two favorite side characters, so I'm okay with that.
But their story, like, especially Frenchie's side story, I'm just like, this is kind of stupid, you know? It's kind of like what happened with True Blood near the end, where it was like every side character had their little side story too, and it was like, man, I don't give a fuck about the cook at the restaurant side story. Like, seriously. So, yeah. I mean, they are connected to the main story a bit, but it's just like also like, no. We don't need it. We don't want it.
You don't like Adventure Time with Frenchie and Kimiko?
It's just kind of, I don't know.
What about Mother's Milk?
Well, his side story was more invested into the main's plot.
Yeah, I guess so.
With his...
Because that was all first episode.
Yeah. But he had more of his side story in the previous season, which I don't think they were thinking of using into this season. I think it was probably how it just ended up.
Yep, could be. Big sneeze.
Excuse me.
Big
sneeze.
My
gosh.
He's done it.
Yep. Anyways, you should watch it.
Yes. It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Sometime.
Yes. You know what else is going to happen?
No.
Patreon.com/StreamVoid pod. That's right. That's the only way to support this podcast with your hard-earned dollary dues for just as little as $8 a month. You can get access to our pre-show content, our post-show content, our content early.
Yeah.
Early content.
Yeah.
For the main podcast. Yeah. Instead of listening to it on Wednesday, you can listen to it on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Or on Monday morning.
Ooh.
Whatever you want to do.
Do it.
Or anywhere in between that.
Yeah. You should do it.
You should do it. You also get access to our bonus videos, which we have done a couple.
Yep.
And it might become a little bit harder for us to do anymore. Just because everything's so busy.
Yes.
So busy. But yes, patreon.com/StreamVoid pod. And big thanks to all our Patreons out there. You guys are helping us keep this thing going.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Let's talk about the big story.
What's the big story?
Nintendo Direct.
Oh, right.
There was a big Nintendo Direct that happened. It was in June, which is this month. So
what's this month?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the things.
I
watched every preview.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
You liar.
Every single one.
You did not.
I sure did.
When?
This morning.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Everyone.
Holy crap, I can't believe it.
I usually do. If I have time, I will usually watch every preview.
Oh, wow. You definitely didn't for the Summer Games Fest.
No, I probably didn't have time.
You missed nothing. Virtually nothing.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about it and there's a link to it on the thing, I'll watch every preview.
Wow. Well, there was a link to it for the Summer Games Fest.
I did not watch every preview. I may have woken up too late.
That's okay.
Yes.
Well, we're not going to talk about everything they showed off. Well, we might mention it.
Well, I mean, just about 90% of everything they showed off was a JRPG that looked pretty generic.
Yeah. They got Mario and Luigi Brothership, which is kind of like a spin-off / sequel to the Mario and Luigi games, which were like not RPG style. They're kind of like adventure sort of games, but this one looks to be more of an RPG one with RPG battles, but also having the adventuring sort of puzzle solving that the Mario and Luigi games had, which looks kind of interesting. I've never played one of the Mario and Luigi games. I've played the Mario RPG and like Paper Mario and all that stuff, which I enjoy. I don't know. It looked kind of interesting, but I don't really think I would be getting it.
It looked like the most satisfying game you could possibly play.
You think so?
Just with the way they do the action sequences where you're like, all right, pass it to Mario, pass it to Luigi, and then,
Yeah.
It looked very satisfying in the way all the inputs and the buttons worked.
It's very timing based. Well, I'm assuming it's timing based. That's kind of the way it is in like Paper Mario where your attacks, you choose it from a menu, but then it's like Mario's doing his jump attack, so you can just keep hitting the button in the proper timing, and he'll just keep bouncing on the enemies' heads for more damage and stuff. So it is kind of keeping with that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And the graphical style of this game looks quite different from what they would normally do, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost cell shaded.
Yeah.
And the article says that. I'm like, oh yeah, it is almost cell shaded.
Yeah, I mean, Mario games generally kind of have, especially for the characters, are kind of basic flat shaded polygons, basically. Yeah. This is not photorealistic Mario. Looks like Bob Hoskins. Like, no, thank you. But they technically and whatever always look good with these Mario games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, of course, Nintendo's flagship series, basically. So they're gonna make it look and perform as best as possible.
Yeah,
so.
It looks like it should be some kind of co-op platforming adventure, but it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it was in those other Mario and Luigi ones.
Yeah,
you just sort of control them both and whatever.
Is it just me? Mm-hmm. So I was when I was watching this, I've been listening to everything. I was listening to it on my DJ headphones, and I was like, the announcer, the voiceover sounds like they just recorded in a room.
I didn't notice.
Special, and they just sound like there's no. Everything sounds hollow.
Like the guy that's voices in the game, or the guy that's talking about
it
for the show,
or in these previews anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of just a laid back thing they do with the Nintendo Direct. Yeah. It's just sort of like, just speak about it.
Yeah,
don't like get all excited about it. Just say like, oh, the new Mario game is coming. Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. Check out the first footage here.
Yeah, but everything, the way they have the audio process, it just sounds hollow.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I mean,
because I didn't know. I noticed it watching the next clip here, the Nintendo World Championships. I was like, oh man, it sounds like it's like the 80s. That's great. And then I listened to it on the next video, like, oh, it sounds the same.
I didn't notice it when I was listening to it, but I mean, I was also watching these all at like 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
So the audio wasn't exactly primo.
Yeah.
And I have my $100 headset rather than your whatever dollar headset.
That's just a $100 headset too.
Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna blame your headset.
Headphones. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is it my headphones? But then I like listened to some other videos and I was like, oh no, these sound great.
Oh, were you watching them embedded in this?
Yeah, embedded in this.
Oh, well, it defaults to like 480p for me anyway, so it might have been low quality audio too.
Let's see what it's defaulting to me for.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't play the audio. Oh yeah, it's 480.
Yeah, that might have been it.
That could be it. So the Nintendo World Championship, I'm looking at the stuff that they have in here.
Yeah.
Like with all the speed running and stuff, and I'm like, oh man. Some people are just going to get smoked by like the professional speedrunners who know what they're doing. But then it's like, do any percent styles work in these games? Like, is the coding the same? Is the hardware is it going to run similar to actual hardware where you can like do all the glitches and stuff?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Or are people going to find new glitches and stuff because it is on different hardware and different coding?
Well, I know a lot of them are like, this is kind of like, sort of snippets of levels.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, do this section of like Super Mario Brothers or Kirby or whatever, and you have to like kill 2 dudes, and then that's sort of the end of it.
Yeah. There is, when I was watching this, I saw that there is a start to finish of Super Mario.
Yes.
Just one shot.
Yeah.
And it was like, came up with 8 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's twice the world record right now. So it's like, are the speedrunners like Cosmic and Deviant going to get in there and just absolutely destroy people?
Yeah, it's
do
definitely
frame
possible.
rules exist?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I would assume they were probably emulated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think yes, they're emulated because a while back Nintendo they didn't get in trouble, but people were like, "Oh, this is a known rip that they did." Like they downloaded a ROM off the internet for one of the things they put on like the eShop.
Yeah. That's
because
funny.
It was like it had the header in it of like the Ripper or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I vaguely remember that. So
that's funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the sort of glitches and stuff work. We're not going to talk about it, but I watched a Carl Jobst video about Castlevania where they figured out a way to do a glitch in it to decrease. Like, they got a new world record that's like 2 minutes faster.
Oh, wow.
Because they figured out a way to have the game execute code by doing specific things.
Oh, yeah. Some games do that where you put in a specific set of inputs and it maps the memory correctly.
This one does that, but you also have to have your other 2 saves have to have specific names, as well as how many times you've beaten the game and how many times you've died. And then it executes the code to teleport you from like the end of stage 3 to the ending credits. And you have to like jump up and get hit by a bat and not land on one thing. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy. So the buddy streamed it for 12 hours to set up the other saves to have the proper numbers.
Yeah.
And then he did it.
That stuff is so interesting, the way the memory mapping works, and you can just insert your own code by inputting a certain set of commands and having certain states set. It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who figures out this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Huge nerds with a lot of time.
Well, this one was figured out because they knew about if you got hit by the bat and landed on this thing, as you go up the stairs, it crashes every time.
Yeah.
So they figured out, it's trying to load something that doesn't exist, and they looked into it, and it's trying to load a level that doesn't exist. So they figured if they did all this other stuff with the save names and everything, that it would try to load the ending credits. Theoretically, it would load the ending credits. So Buddy did it to get through to the ending credits. So,
and the great thing about this is that when you're trying to figure out that stuff, you can just use a task.
Yes.
To set everything up perfectly.
No,
and then someone else can try and replicate it in the real world.
He did it.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways. Fairy Tail 2.
Uh-huh.
Is that an anime?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Does it?
Yeah, the way they were fighting and everything.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Yeah. I don't know anything about this anime, and this did not make me want to play this game.
Sure didn't.
So I'm going to be skipping the old Fairy Tail 2. I'm sure anime enjoyers are just splooging all over it.
Probably.
Fantasian Neo Dimension. Do you remember this one?
No.
You don't?
No, never seen it.
You have seen it.
Have I seen it?
Yeah, this was one where you were like, oh yeah, you would love this game to me. But it was only on iPhone.
Oh.
It's like the RPG that looks like miniature style, like the backgrounds look like it's a diorama.
Oh,
and then the characters run around on it. It's from Hironobu Sakaguchi, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Mr. Final Fantasy, you know?
Mr. Final Fantasy.
So it's finally getting a release on Switch. That's very interesting to me. I'm wondering if it's going to come anywhere else. I would hope so.
Yeah. The main character looks like they're out of Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah. All the enemies and everything look like they were straight out of like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like 10, basically. Or actually more like Lost Odyssey, which was what Hironobu Sakaguchi did before he did this.
Yeah.
Well, he did some other things in between, but that was like his last console thing he did, really. So, yeah. I hope this comes to Xbox or something, so I might have to play it on Switch.
You might have to.
Yeah.
You own a Switch.
I do,
so
but I'd rather play it on Xbox. I'd rather play it on Xbox.
Just hook your Xbox controller up to your Switch. It's fine.
Now, the Pro controller's fine for the Switch. I'm okay with it.
It's laid out the same.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Switch Sports Basketball's coming to Nintendo Sports. All right.
Cheers.
That's cool. They'd have a whole thing on the Direct about it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mio. It's not just a water flavor.
Nope.
It's also a game. Memories in Orbit.
This is the only game that piqued any interest in me.
Yeah, this is like Ori.
Yeah.
It's another 3-letter game. Mio, Ori. Difficult platformer, Metroidvania kind of style.
Yep.
Hand-drawn art. Faffing about. Trying to get from somewhere to somewhere else by jumping and avoiding.
And dashing.
And dashing.
Combating. Yep. Pretty classic gameplay loop.
I played Ori. I wasn't in love with it. It was fine.
Why did I stop playing Ori?
Difficulty
ADHD.
level? Oh, ADHD. Fair enough.
Probably.
Disney Illusion Island. I wasn't even familiar with this game.
No, me neither. And they're like, here's an update. I'm like, okay, all right, there was an actual game for this? I mean, we probably talked about it at some point.
I mean, I don't think so.
I mean, this looks... I mean, it looks cool.
It's kind of like a platform puzzle mystery. I don't even know what's going on in it.
With multiple art styles.
Yeah, it looked nice.
Yeah, I like the look of it, for sure.
But other than that, we got Animal Crossing Hello Kitty Edition.
Yep.
Looked like Animal Crossing.
Exactly like Animal Crossing.
With Hello Kitty.
Yeah, 100% Hello Kitty.
I know there's a lot of Hello Kitty enjoyers about.
There sure are.
So this will probably do well, but I don't care about Hello Kitty, so...
No, me neither.
I will not be playing that.
No.
Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. So wacky.
It's so wacky.
I just was like, is this going to actually play well or be good?
Yeah, right? I mean, it looks... The graphics and everything, the art style looks great.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because from when I was a kid, and it'd be like, oh, there's a cartoon game coming.
Yeah.
It would just be like, oh, well, that's obviously not going to be good.
Yeah, who's clamoring for Looney Tunes anymore? Like, who's this for?
It's for Warner Brothers.
Who's the target audience?
I mean, yeah, it's Warner Brothers. They're just like, we got to make the Looney Tunes cinematic universe, so let's get them back out there for everybody. I mean, the characters are fairly iconic, I guess.
They definitely are iconic, but like...
And they're looking at the Disney dollars, so... Like,
Disney bucks.
Let's get Daffy Duck and crossover with... What's this guy's name? Oh, it's Daffy. That is Daffy,
Daffy
right?
Duck, yeah.
Crossover with Donald Duck.
Daffy Donald crossover?
Yeah.
Daffy v Donald?
Yeah.
Battle of the Century?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's what it needs to be.
What's up, Doc?
Mouse versus Rabbit.
Yeah.
They all Wascally Wabbit.
They have big ears. So.
They do.
Is there a human equivalent to Elmer Fudd in the Disney canon?
I
don't think
Gaston.
So. Gaston. No. That's not an original Disney character. Oh, maybe Gaston is. I don't know.
I don't know
the whole story of Beauty and the Beast. So.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Anyways, I don't know if this would be good. Maybe. I mean, I guess Warner Brothers has been pretty good with their games, except Suicide Squad and Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Those Multiverses. And
Those bad games? I don't know. I've never played them.
Suicide Squad is, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the, like, they were like, they're superheroes, but let's give them guns.
Oh.
It's like they wanted it to be a live service game with battle passes and terrible cosmetics and all that shit. It's pretty bad. I actually didn't watch this because I don't give a fuck about Among Us, but they're adding a new character. Ooh la la.
No, this is cool as frig.
Is it really?
It is cool as frig.
Why?
They're adding a new guy who turns invisible when he kills people. You just turn invisible for a couple seconds. They added a guy who tracks people, so you can put a tracker on somebody. You can track them around the map. Okay. They added a guy who like lets off a huge alarm when he dies. Mm-hmm. And there was one more, I thought, but I can't remember now.
Okay. So they're kind of switching the game up?
Yeah, switching the game up a little bit, because, you know, when you were...
3 years too late?
Yeah. When you play a game like Werewolf or like, you know, who's the assassin guy, they have different roles that you can play within there. Yeah. And so now Among Us is finally adding those kinds of roles inside, which is cool.
Yeah. I didn't watch it because I don't give a fuck about Among Us. I didn't give a fuck about it then, and I don't give a fuck about it now.
No, none given, eh?
No.
What about Farmagia, as they pronounce it?
Yeah, this...
Farmagia?
It kind of looked like Pokemon crossed with Pikmin.
Yep.
Where you're sort of growing little beasties that you control, but it looks like you have like a horde of them. Yeah. So it's maybe just the fighting of Pikmin, not the carrying of a battery back to your starship. Yeah. But then you're getting your little beastie boys to go fight other enemies, and you can level them up and stuff. Mm-hmm. It looked all right. It looked interesting, I guess, but I don't think I'm gonna. If it's on Xbox or Game Pass or something, I'll check it out. But yeah, that's about it, really.
Here's the big boy.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
This is the one you were like, I'm getting a Switch.
No. Oh. They showed it off, and I was like, okay, yeah, it looks good. It looks like Donkey Kong Country. Yeah. Yeah. And then the announcer says this. He says there's going to be 80 appealing levels. 80
Oh, like a banana.
Yeah, like a banana.
They're appealing.
It's funny, but it's like, if you're not thinking Donkey Kong Country, and you're like, oh, they're appealing? Yeah. They're not exciting? They're just appealing?
Yeah. They got to go for the punniness.
Yeah, they did. I was like, I didn't even put the pun together when I first watched it, and I was like, this is awful.
Oh, yeah. It's just a Wii game, HDized.
Yes, pretty much.
They removed the waggle control, I guess. You can't make Donkey Kong... I guess you could with the... I forgot about the
Yeah,
Joy-Cons.
there's waggling in
Yeah.
the Joy-Cons.
God, no thank you.
You don't want to waggle?
No. No, definitely not. Okay, Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. I heard a few people talking about it, that they didn't like the way it looked.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly our friend The Tank and Tiny Pyre Gaming.
Okay.
I thought it was a weird combination, or not as good as some other games that have that sort of similar style going with 3D backgrounds, 2D sprites.
Yeah.
But I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think it looks fine.
I've never played Dragon Quest III, so maybe?
I've never played Dragon Quest any.
Really?
So there you go.
I played Dragon Quest 1 and 4 and 2 and 7. Not very much as 7. I beat 1. I did not beat 2. And I definitely didn't beat 4. So I might be interested in this. I'd love it if it went to the Xbox.
Yes.
That's going to be my common refrain for all of these.
It goes to Xbox? Even the next one?
I haven't scrolled
Next
down
game?
yet far
Oh,
enough,
okay.
but I will in a
You
minute
will.
and scroll down.
Yeah, go
But
ahead. Do it.
Canonically in order, apparently, Dragon Quest 3 takes place before Dragon Quest 1. So,
Oh.
and
That's why
this
you
is
gotta
coming
play
out
first.
before Dragon Quest HD Remake 1 and 2. Yeah.
Very good.
So, hopefully Xbox. We'll see.
Yes.
I know Square has been saying they want to do more multi-platform releases because they're doing really bad financially. So we'll see if they actually do it.
And here's the game for you.
Oh
Coming
my
up next.
God.
This is truly a Kurb game.
Funko Fusion.
The Funko Fusion, where you get to play all of your favorite Funko Pops in a game spanning many universes.
Not all of them.
No, many.
Okay.
But all your favorites.
No. My favorite characters or favorite Funko Pops?
Favorite Funko Pops.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't have a favorite Funko Pop.
If someone gifts you this game, will you be forced to play it?
Well, yeah. If I'm gifted any game, I'm forced to play it. I mean, I can see that they have their selection of different franchises they have here, like Voltron, Invincible. It's like Knight Rider, Mummy, Xena the Warrior Princess, The Thing, Scott Pilgrim, The Umbrella Academy, MikeyT33. The gameplay just looked like, ugh. I should have known it would be third person because they got to show off those beautiful Funko designs.
Yep.
I can't believe they're trying another Funko Pop game.
There's already a Funko Pop game?
Well, yeah, they did the Gears of War Funko Pop game that came out on mobile that they already shit canned because it was just like, who the fuck wants this?
Nobody wants that.
No. Are people still buying Funko Pops?
I think so.
You gonna sell them at the shop?
No.
No, that's too bad. What if there's a Funko board game?
If it's
Collectible.
requested, maybe?
Collectible board game.
If it's highly collectible?
Blind buy.
Maybe. Oh,
Disgusting.
very.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Another Switch game.
Yep.
I mean, another Wii game.
It is another Wii game.
Oh, no,
Jazz
wait.
it up.
It's Wii U, actually, I think.
Ooh.
So that's actually a little rarer.
Yeah.
They didn't sell many Wii U's. The new Denpa Man.
This looks like a Kurb game right here.
It was just like, I don't even know what it is.
It's free to play.
Animal Crossing. Well, it's probably free to play in the same way the other like Nintendo DS free to play games were, where it's like, oh yeah, you're out of energy now. Do you want to get some more energy?
I mean, that's like a lot of free to play games.
Yeah, but fuck that. I'm not playing it.
You get 4-player co-op with your Denpa Man.
They look like they're wearing Teletubby like cosplay.
Yeah.
It just didn't really. I don't know. If it was maybe not free to play, I could be more interested. Actually, you know what they don't? Actually, I take it back. They don't look like they're Teletubby cosplay. They look like they're playing Katamari cosplay.
Yeah.
They're dressed up like little Katamari boys.
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Anyways. This one, I was like, oh, is this a Mikey T one right here? Metal Slug Attack Reloaded?
It's not.
It's a tower defense, though.
But it's
Not? Yeah.
No, it's one of those ones where you just spawn a bunch dudes to pushing. It's a pushing game.
Oh, yeah.
So you have like your tower and the other enemy's tower, and you spawn dudes to go and fight each other.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
was
it.
like-
And it's on like a timer, and you just spam the button.
Yeah, yeah.
And whoever paid the most money to get their army wins.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Metal Slug, and then I was like, oh, Metal Slug. So I like Metal Slug, but I don't like this.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics look great. It looks like the standard Metal Slug graphics, and it's all like crazy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just pushing.
Yeah.
Wave pushing.
No, thank you. Well, Darkest Dungeon is Switch-bound.
Amazing. It's good.
I've never played Darkest Dungeon.
It's good.
Yeah. It looks interesting.
Yeah, it's
a hardcore dungeon crawler.
Hardcore stress simulator.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're stressed out. Oh, great. You're freaking out in the back now. Great. Now you're just randomly attacking people.
Yeah.
Great. I'm
Party
gonna
wiped.
die.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, it's on PC, so
yeah.
This is just for people that want to play it on the go, I guess. I
guess.
And they don't have a Steam Deck?
Yep. Sure got a Steam
Something
Deck.
like that. Some more GBA shit.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Four Swords Adventure, Metroid Zero Mission, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, Perfect Dark.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Perfect Dark is interesting because that's Microsoft.
Yes.
So they let it happen.
Yes, they sure did.
Very kind of them.
Very kind.
Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero, RPG of some sort. Didn't look too good to me.
Yeah. Kind of
anime garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But people like Phantom Brave, so.
And people like anime garbage, so.
Yeah, true.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yep. Our friend Tiny Pyre Gaming is very excited about Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Yeah, is this coming to PC?
Yeah.
Good.
It is. What do you mean good?
Might
You're
pick
not
that-
going to play it.
I might pick it up for the store.
And play it on what?
Play it on the fight sticks on the PC.
Oh. I don't like Marvel vs. Capcom, so I won't play it.
There you go.
I've never been a Marvel vs. Capcom enjoyer.
No?
No. Same thing with the other X-Men Children of the Atom fighting game. I didn't like it either.
Oh.
I tried them in the arcade back in the day. They're too, I don't know, flashy, I guess. I'm just a regular Street Fighter enjoyer. Uh-oh, he's going to combo attack me with a sneeze here.
It's not happening. I lost it.
There's a lot of great memes that came out of Marvel vs. Capcom 2,
Yeah.
though. Some of my classic fighting game commentary from back in the day that I quote fairly frequently, like Mango Sentinel or Wombo Combo.
Wombo combo!
Yeah.
Wombo combo!
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this.
No.
Super Mario Party Jamboree. I mean, it's more Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
You can play up to 20 people online.
Very good. That's a lot of
pretty
people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. As long as they don't have like the randomness of the other ones I've played, where it's like, oh, at the end of the game, we'll just give this guy 10 stars. He wins.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hated that.
That's the only way I ever won.
I just don't like that. Like, it's not like it's super competitive, Super
Yeah.
Mario Party, but it's just like, I don't know. Why even try?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Well,
do
you have to
anything.
try because you got to get the minigame star.
No, but if you at the end of the game, they just give you 10 stars, you win.
But you need to get the minigame star and the land on the red spaces star and the land on the blue spaces star and
Yeah.
spend most money in the shop star.
Yeah.
Those are the extra stars.
Yeah, those are fine. I don't care about those. It's just where they'll be like randomly like, yeah, give this guy 5 stars for nothing. Just like 5-star
When did they
award.
introduce that?
I don't know which one that
Doesn't
was
make
on the
any
Wii
sense.
one or something like that. Yeah, it was just like all of a sudden you just lose at the end of the game for nothing.
Nothing. Just
Yeah.
like, and the super random 10-star bonus goes to...
Yeah, pretty much.
Terrible.
Anyways,
That's awful.
actually, this new Zelda game looks kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. The meme is they made Zelda a girl.
Yeah, they made Zelda a girl.
They made Zelda a girl. What the hell? You play a girl in Legend of Zelda?
Well, there was in one of the art books they did for I don't know which Zelda game. They had female Link in it.
Oh.
Linkle.
Linkle?
Yeah, her name
Linklet?
was Linkle. It was like concept art or whatever. But yeah, this one is Link is saving Zelda, and as he gets slurped into the I don't know X dimension, he shoots an arrow and breaks her out of her crystal cage.
Yep.
And now she has to rescue Link from whatever's taking
like it.
him. But she has the echoes of, or I don't remember what the thing is called. She has a little staff that lets her sort of learn how to duplicate stuff, and then you can use it to like make copies of that around the game world to get past, problems, obstacles,
it's
whatever.
just called the Tri-Rod.
Okay. And she'll be like, learn how to make a box so she can stack boxes around and climb up them, or like, make a chair or table, whatever. Which kind of gave me a little bit of vibes of, there was a game on the DS and mobile called Scribblenauts. Do you remember Scribblenauts? Where you could just type in what you wanted and it would make it? Yep. That was kind of what I was getting a bit of a vibe with this for, except more limited, obviously. Like Scribblenauts, you could pretty much type in anything and it would make it. But which also made the game super easy because you could just like type in, I don't even remember what it was. If you had to defeat a level, you could just type in like
Cthulhu.
Yeah, or whatever, and it would
T-Rex.
just instant win every time.
Yeah. What do we need to do here? Oh, Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. So, this is pretty cool. I might be interested in this one.
Yeah.
The art style is interesting. Little
super chibi.
I haven't heard complaining about it. I remember back in the day when they announced Twilight Princess and people lost their fucking mind about how it was like baby mode Zelda. Zelda for babies. And then in response, they did Twilight Princess, like dark, realistic, and everyone's like, actually, we don't want this. So this could be fun. I'm interested in it anyways.
Yeah, looks all right.
Just Dance. More Just Dance.
Yeah, I'm more Zelda in the way Zelda used to be, not free roaming, do whatever you want. Open world.
Yeah, more curated.
More curated. That's what I want.
I mean, Legend of Zelda, the new ones, the open world ones, are curated as well.
Yeah.
There's just like a lot of space between you and the like curated level-ish type stuff,
I like to harken back to the old times.
Just Dance, whatever.
Yep.
Lego Horizon Adventures coming to Switch. We already knew this. Sony showed this off at wherever they showed it off at.
Yep.
Everywhere except Xbox. They're like, nah,
not Xbox.
Not Xbox. Stray is coming to their Switch.
Good call.
I still haven't played it.
It's good.
You never played it?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Didn't beat it.
How did you play it?
On the Steam Deck.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah.
I didn't get through all the way through it because I got lost in the sauce again.
I want to play it, but I don't want to buy it, so it's like a catch-22. So, I would love it to go to Game Pass.
Go Magic Game Pass.
But they got Little Kitty Big City, so I don't think Stray is going to come to
it. Probably not.
You don't need to bring Stray to it if you got Little Kitty Big City.
Yeah, that's true.
We got Animal Crossing, but Lord of the Rings. I'm not a fan of the art style of this. With the little hobbits walking around, I did not really like the look of them.
No, this just looks like someone took Unreal Engine and just did some things and made everybody a hobbit.
Yeah. I don't really.
Just using base like art packs.
I didn't really like the look of it. So I was interested in it when I heard of it, but now that I've seen more of it, I'm just like, I don't think so. Unfortunate. Ace Attorney Investigations. This is the Miles Edgeworth collection.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yep. I like kind of what they've done with this one because they have like the original art, but also new art, so you can switch between them. Because I have like the Phoenix Wright whatever collection, and it only uses like the new smoothed out art, which doesn't look very good to me, which sucks.
Oh, 6 additional languages.
Yes, they've added new languages.
All new voice dubs.
Yes, all that stuff. I mean, what's the voice dub in the game? Him saying objection? Like, why did they need a new voice dub of that?
Objection and objection.
I have a love-hate relationship with Ace Attorney games.
Yeah?
I've said before. It's like, you know what you have to show.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't show it in the right order, like evidence-wise. And they're like, nope, sorry. It's like, well, I already know what I need to do. What did I miss? What step leading up to it did I forget or not get to, So that's kind of annoying, but...
Yep.
I like it. I think the good outweighs the bad with those Ace Attorney games, even though they're frustrating that way. 100 Line Last Defense Academy. This just looked like another company was like, what would be cool is if we made our own Persona.
Yeah.
And make it not as good.
Is this an anime?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
It just looked like Persona, but not as good. Like you are teleported to some academy and you have 100 days. You have to survive there.
Yeah.
And you have to like manage your relationships and deal with the little monsters and stuff. So, I mean, just, yeah, it didn't look that good to me. So.
No, it doesn't look like it's a manga. Or it looks like it might be a manga, but not an anime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just didn't look very good to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven. It's a remake. I think I played this on the PlayStation, maybe? I played a Romancing Saga game on the PlayStation, and I fucking hated it. I absolutely detested it.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but it was just so bad that I literally played it for like a few hours and was like, I can't play this. Thankfully, I rented it.
It's good.
But hopefully they've... whatever. I think the game... I don't even remember what it was. That was so long ago, like in the 90s or something.
Yeah.
But like, I just remember being like, because I was like stoked to play it. I was like, oh, Romancing Saga, yes, finally. And then I was like, oh, I hate this fucking game. So I would hope they would have made it better now, but whatever.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
Here it is, the big one.
So the little preview they showed here, it's cool. Metroid Prime 4 is actually coming, but the little preview area they showed didn't really do it for me.
No, I was like, what is this? Halo?
Yeah.
Is this just Halo?
I was
What's
like,
happening?
can we see some like flora or fauna? You know, some space trees or something like that. Like, let's get through a nice open, like show me some of the openness of the Metroid Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, looking around a nice open area and seeing like, oh crap, how am I gonna get to these different points? You know, which they didn't really show in this.
Yeah, this. It just looked. When I watched it, I was like, oh, this is just Doom.
Yeah.
It just looks like Doom.
It just looked like a shooter, basically.
And then just scanning through it now, it's just like, this just looks like Halo.
Yeah, it's not really the demo or the little preview didn't really do it for me.
No, not even close.
At least they're working on it, so hopefully, I'm sure it'll end up being more like another Metroid Prime game rather than a Halo game. Like, imagine it's just a corridor shooter. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing about the other Metroid Primes is they were kind of like more open, where you'd have to like have a bigger open level and you'd have to like scan and traverse and everything like that. So we'll see. Anyways,
pausing the video here, it's come up with like more videos I should watch, and it's like Dave the Diver X Godzilla, and I'm like, do I need to buy that DLC? If I buy that DLC now, does it wreck my game?
Like wreck it as in it won't work anymore?
Oh no, but like, is there a certain spot in the game you need to be to
do the Dave the Diver DLC stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like usually when games do that, which we'll talk about later.
Yes, we will.
But yeah. Anyways, it was an interesting direct. A lot of stuff I didn't care about, but a few things it was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I said it before we started, but I like how Nintendo does it, where they'll be like, it's a Nintendo Direct, but their Direct beforehand, where they'll be like, we're doing a Direct on whatever, the 20th.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the Switch successor. Don't tune in if you want to see that. We're not talking about it. Because think of all the trouble that's been happening with like PlayStation and Blizzard and Microsoft. We're like, we're having a show. You should watch it. Everyone's like, oh, here it comes. Diablo 4.
PlayStation 6,
Diablo
let's go.
4 is coming. And then it's like, here's Diablo Mobile. It's like, you fucked up. Just say it's not Diablo 4 beforehand. I mean, they want people to tune in. That's why they don't say that. But still.
Yeah.
So a few things I'll probably check out on the Switch. Well, maybe just Zelda on the Switch. I'll do anything else on the Xbox if I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is interesting. There's only one show, one video, one game that I would even consider playing.
The Ori one?
The Ori one, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, just that one.
What was the other maybe?
I was like, oh, well, Capcom versus Fighter, SNK, Fighter guys, X-Men, I don't know, whatever it was.
Marvel versus
Capcom. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that'll just go straight in the store for store usage.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd play it if it was on like Game Pass, maybe. But even then, that's a maybe.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be for sure to watch it.
Yeah. Next up. Dr. Disrespect.
Heard of him?
Did an ex-Twitch employee reveal the reason behind his ban?
Yeah. So this is all a big conjecture thing here.
Oh, yeah. A lot of hearsay.
Oh, yeah, big time.
A lot of people... This guy just posts on X and he's like, he got banned because he was sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product.
Yep.
He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon, the powers that B could read in plain text.
Yeah.
Case closed, gang.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, it must be people talking about Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah. So this is a guy named Cody Connors. He apparently used to work at Twitch. I recognize his name at Evilly, sort of, for some reason. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he didn't name names. He just said, this is, what was going on.
Yeah.
The implication, obviously, is this is Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
So, it's Dr. Disrespect. I can't remember if I forgot to put in his reply. Because he sort of replied to it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can dig it up here. He posted a reply. Okay, yeah, this is what Dr. Disrespect said. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. So he's going to play Elden Ring on Monday.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the implication was it was him. He felt he needed to reply to deny it.
Reply to deny.
Reply and deny. So he was removed from the Twitch partnership program. Blah, blah, blah. They canned him. Shit canned him.
Yep.
He sued them. They settled out of court. He got paid.
Yeah.
So that means he was fired for a reason that he shouldn't have been let go of, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise he wouldn't have got paid.
Yeah.
So if he was let go because of what they found, he would have got paid. Because you can't be fired for that.
Yeah.
Like, if the implication is, like, let's say the implication was true and he was messaging a minor about meeting them up and then they found out about it and was like, no, fuck you. You're gone. We don't want you on our platform anymore. Nothing actually illegal happened, which is what he says.
Yeah.
So he got paid because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it actually what happened? No, well, no one's ever going to know, probably.
Yeah, who knows?
But I mean, he has a history of cheating on his wife.
Sure does.
He has a history of doing slightly problematic things like live streaming from a bathroom.
Yep.
I mean, was that just stupidity? Probably.
Yeah, I would imagine it was 100% stupidity.
Yeah, but, it's hard to say. No one's ever really going to know. But you would think that unless there was another settlement he reached with some, like, again, assuming it's real, why hasn't this person that he was messaging
come out?
Said anything?
Yeah, who knows?
So, I mean, no one's ever going to know, really, but obviously the implication from this guy was that it was Dr. Disrespect. Mm-hmm. And enough people were wondering about it that he felt he needed to reply, so it's pretty messed up if it's true. But also, that is also like, okay, again, let's say it's true. People are just at Twitch reading your whispers. I mean, they got rid of that feature. You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But it was like people were just reading them?
Yeah, I guess.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that with the live streams and stuff, they do have people checking them out, but that's like public. You know?
Yeah. That's all public.
Yeah, that's whatever. That'd be like if someone at Google is just like, oh, just read Dr. Disrespect's emails.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, we'll just read them. It's fine.
It's cool. I mean, I don't know what the TOS on the whispers was. Maybe it said in the TOS, like, oh yeah, we're going to read them.
We're going to read all these whispers and make sure you're not doing anything stupid.
Yeah. He obviously was doing something that was not good, but not technically illegal.
Yeah.
That they found, they had to get rid of him, but they couldn't legally get rid of him for the reason, you know?
Yeah.
Which usually means that there was the potential of a crime happening, but it didn't actually happen. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Nobody will know.
Well, maybe eventually someone will know. Like, he's never going to say, obviously.
No. We need that hard proof evidence.
Like, if it wasn't bad, wouldn't he just say, this is why I was let go?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you? Like, it wouldn't be protected under an NDA. Well, maybe it would be. But even before that happened, when he got a settlement, he could have said, like, oh, I know what happened. This is why. But he was just denied from day one. And do you remember when he got banned on stream and he was acting so fucking bizarre?
Yeah.
Like his life was going to be over? I don't know.
Yeah. It's wild. Don't know. I mean, maybe they did do an NDA to protect him from his whatever he did. Like maybe he made them sign an NDA.
Yeah. I mean, that could be part of it too. On the Twitch's end, they can't release why they released him and whatever. But again, he could have been like, oh, this is why. Yeah. But he didn't. No, he didn't. He doesn't want people to know. Or, well, I mean, he said he didn't know why. Maybe he does. Well, he does now. Yeah. Especially with the settlement. The settlement, yeah. They would have had to say, this is why we let you go and work part of the settlement out, you know? It's a very weird situation anyways. Yeah. They settled in 22. Huh? They settled in 22. Oh, yeah. They settled a long time ago. But, I don't know. Do you think, like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I guess... What's the age you're supposed to be on Twitch? 13. Oh, it's 13? Yeah. I wish we knew more. I mean, what's his name? What was that dipshit that said he knew the reason why, but he couldn't say? There was some streamer guy who said, like, I know the reason why, but I can't say. He's a fairly big streamer. I think he's on Kick now, maybe. On Kick, eh? Yeah. Just clout chasing then. No. His tweet about it was so weird when he said it, too. I can't remember exactly what it was. I don't disbelieve or believe it, really. I would have to think something bad was going on. I mean, the rumor was he was trying to start his own streaming site or get people to go with him to... What was that fucking website that I was the number one streamer on? What was that website called? Brime? Brime, yeah. That one evening I was the number one Brime streamer. That was the rumor, was they were all going to Brime. And then some other dude just started his own Brime streaming site. Anyways. Brime. Good old Brime. Yeah, that was when I streamed on April Fools, I think, to Brime. And the owner of the site came into the chat and was like, oh, how's it going? And I was like, why are you on Brime? I remember that. It's a good time. It's a good time. Oh, my God. Anyways. Yeah. I'd love to know. I'd love to know why. People know, they just... I don't know. They're just not telling. This guy could have just made some shit up to get people to come look at his Twitter, which worked, and to talk about him, which worked. So yep. GG. Yeah. You did. I don't know. Just a little... Why would you have an NDA to clear your name? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it was Twitch didn't want people to know that they were firing people for stupid reasons that weren't really that bad, so it was a whole thing on their end, too. Twitch is just so weird about that stuff, though. Yeah. With their weirdo changes they make and bizarre updates and go back on, tell you one thing and then change it the next day. Yeah. Well, you know, they need a bigger team to figure out how the community is going to break things. Or any team. Yeah, or any team. Yeah. Anyways, Dr. Disrespect. Yeah. He's the two-time, I heard. The two-time? Yeah, two-time world champion. Oh, interesting. He is a very charismatic gentleman. I will say that. I will say that. He sure is. I will say That's why people like to watch him, I guess. And like to meet up with him at TwitchCon. Yeah, indeed. Let's talk about Adobe for a second here. I hate Adobe. Yes, I also hate Adobe. Before this.
Oh yeah, before this.
Yeah.
I use Adobe a lot in my regular work.
I use Adobe Acrobat.
Yeah, we had
PDF readers
God,
possible.
it's awful.
Yeah.
It is the worst PDF reader possible.
Create a format, make the worst reader for it.
Yes.
Just crazy.
It is the worst reader for it, by far.
Oh, yeah.
So, Adobe, the US is suing Adobe for deceptive subscriptions that are too hard to cancel.
Yes.
Now, I know firsthand how hard it is to cancel an Adobe product.
Yes.
It is exceedingly difficult.
Yeah, I know.
So I had one of the CAD's drafter guys, he signed up for a 3-month trial of Creative Cloud.
Yeah.
And so when I rolled over...
Using like the work credit card or something.
No, it's just free. You didn't have to put a credit card in.
Okay.
And it was on his personal account.
Yeah.
But it was kind of tied to the work as well. So when I rolled everything over under my umbrella, so I had control of all the accounts, that rolled over too, and they instantly put through a year of it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the hell, Adobe?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll just make use of it. It'll come in handy.
Yeah.
And it did come in handy.
Yeah.
But then trying to cancel it after, almost impossible.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cancel this. They're like, okay, we'll do it. And then they charge the card for it. I'm like, hey, I didn't want this.
Yeah.
You should have canceled it when I asked you to cancel it. They're like, oh, wait. Okay, well, what about a reduced version?
Yeah,
what about we just give you a couple things? I'm like, no, just cancel it. We're not going to use it. It's like, okay, well, what about this?
Yeah.
What about this? And you can't do it online. You have to call them and talk to them.
Oh my God.
Classic. You have either call or do their, or talk to them via the web app.
Oh yeah.
Which you can just chat with them.
Yeah.
It's AI for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then trying to get to somebody is difficult.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Just trying to like cancel anything or even see how much your subscriptions are costing or anything like that. It's like there's no cancel button.
No.
Anywhere. You cannot cancel a subscription on your own.
Yeah.
You have to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's kind of like the standard, delay install and just accept your defeats and keep the subscription tactic, basically.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with it's not as bad, but I know that there was a lot of like cell phone companies and stuff that would be the same. Would be like, oh no, cable companies? I can't remember, but you'd have to call in and be like, oh, why are you leaving us? Oh, no reason. Oh, I need a reason. No reason. No, I need a reason. I need something to write down here. There's no reason.
There's no reason. I just don't want it.
And you'd just be on the phone for an hour saying no reason until you would say like a reason for them. And then they'd be like, well, what if this? What if that? What if that?
So, well, the reason is you guys suck and I'm going to your competitor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Adobe's just, they're all fucked up recently with all the shit they're doing. Like their other thing with their stealth TOS update where it's like, oh yeah, we're going to use all your things that you make in Photoshop to train AI. Like, and you just opt in immediately. Yeah. There's no like asking you. It's just like, oh, we're doing it. You're doing it.
It's too late.
It's too late. It's done.
Just say yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna read this, right? Just say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We make you go through it.
That's pretty crazy if you think about it. I don't know if it's just through Photoshop or if it's through all Adobe products, but like I use, unfortunately, Acrobat at work that has proprietary information that's going to be used to train what AI with like my work stuff on it. Yeah.
The only thing I use Acrobat for now is to send Adobe Sign stuff off.
Yeah.
To get digital signatures. I use Bluebeam for everything else. Bluebeam's review.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It is 300 times faster.
Yeah.
At least.
Unfortunately, I'm not in control of the computers at work.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we were using like a free PDF reader that we didn't register. So every PDF had at the bottom of it when you printed it, like saying like, hey, you should register this.
Yeah.
So then, for whatever reason, rather than using any other PDF reader and registering it, they were like, let's register Acrobat. So now I have to use Acrobat all the time.
It's awful.
Oh, and it's like, before, I used to be able to just search for a PDF on my computer.
Yeah.
But not like for the PDF. If it was like, I wanted a word in a PDF, I would go to the folder, type in the word, and it would find it. It doesn't work anymore. You have to search through Acrobat to find a word. It's just like, oh my fucking God. So terrible, dude.
Yeah, it's the slowest most awful UI.
Oh yeah,
ever.
and it changes like quarterly at
Yeah.
least, where
Yeah.
it'll be like, all my settings are gone,
Yep.
and it's the menus have all changed, and I have to like figure out how to get it back to like scrolling the way I want and showing the page the way I want. And
Yeah, as soon as they did that the last time, I was like, nope, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not using you anymore.
I wish.
I'm making the company pay for something else because
Yeah.
it's $10 cheaper and 300 times better.
Yeah, the most recent thing they've done, I don't know if this is intentional or glitch. I'll always search for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So at my work, it'll be like, I need a listing of all the products I've carried from a company, and the PDF is 400 pages long.
Yep.
So it's like, well, I want to find this specific item. Control F, find.
Yeah.
Type in the word, hit enter. And you'd think you hit enter again, it would go to the next one. No, after the first enter, it takes you to the PDF.
Yeah.
So you have to hit Control F again and then hit enter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my fucking God. Before I could just be like, enter, enter,
Next,
enter,
next,
enter.
next.
And find the one I wanted. No,
Yeah.
not anymore. So did you finally get Adobe canceled?
Yeah.
Or not? Was it? It was Acrobat? What was it?
No, it was the Creative Cloud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it finally got canceled?
Finally got canceled.
How long did that take?
Probably a month.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Just crazy.
So I knew it was coming up. I knew the renewal date was coming
Yeah.
up, and I got in there and was like, no, cancel.
Yeah.
Cancel.
It's almost like you need to go in there and do a stop payment on your credit card.
Yeah. What's that? There's a service you can use that makes up credit cards
Oh, yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can just put on, X amount of dollars, and then when you're done, you don't put any more money on it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
That's turning. The more I think about that service, the more I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a good service to use.
The fee might... I don't know what the fee would be, but there's got to be a fee.
Probably, I think it's like a subscription.
Another subscription.
Another subscription to go on top of your subscriptions to cancel your subscriptions more easily.
Exactly. I had my only adventure that I ever had really with canceling something was way back in the day, Xbox 360 era. Before I had a credit card, I was trying to play Phantasy Star Online 2,
Mm-hmm.
which was you need a subscription to play it online.
Yeah.
So I put it on my mom's credit card.
Uh-huh.
And I played it for a while, and then I was like, I'm done playing it. But this time I had my own credit card, and I had it on my account,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to call in to cancel it. You can cancel all this shit now on the Xbox. You
Yeah.
don't have to do any of this shit anymore. But I called in, and I was like, hey, I have this Phantasy Star Online account thing that I want to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, we need to talk to the card holder to cancel it. And I was like, well, it's my account. Like, just my mom's credit card. Like, no, we need to talk to the card holder. I was like, well, she's not here. Like, I just want to cancel it. Like, just cancel. He's like, no, sorry, I can't. And I was like, well, okay. Well, is there another... Can I transfer the account to another credit card? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, transfer it to the other credit card. And he's like, oh, okay. And okay, that's done, sir. I'm like, okay, I'd like to cancel my Phantasy Star Online 2 subscription. He's like, oh. He's like, I can do that for you, sir. I was like, perfect. Let's get that happening here.
Man, policies, dude.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Kind of funny where he was like so surprised, like, oh, wow, nice play there.
You did it.
Yeah.
You beat the system.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty much been smooth sailing.
Yeah.
For canceling.
I think so too, yeah. Everything's gotten a little bit easier like that.
I had to cancel some subscription for something like in store in town. I don't remember what it was, but they were just like, well, you know what, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm moving to Alberta.
Oh yeah, that's Shaw. That was you trying to cancel Shaw
maybe.
for sure.
And they were like, oh, okay. Because they were trying to get me to keep on to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm moving out of province. I don't need it anymore. Oh, okay. So that worked well. But,
yeah, that's definitely either Shaw or TELUS. Yeah.
So thankfully that worked.
Yep.
But it was just like, I just want to cancel. I don't need a reason why. Just cancel. I know it's your job to try to retain me, but just cancel it, please. Please just cancel it.
Yep. And lastly, on our news section, Louisiana lawmakers approve a surgical castration option for those guilty of sex crimes against kids.
Oh my gosh.
This could have been Guy. This could have been Dr. Disrespect right here.
I don't think he committed a sex crime.
No, I don't think so either. That's pretty wild. So, chemical castration. Oh, how does chemical castration work?
It just like takes away your sex drive. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what you call it. Just suppresses your testosterone, maybe, or something like that. Yeah, so this gives the option for a judge to do actual surgical castration. I can't imagine most judges would do this. I mean, I don't even think they really do chemical castration too much. I remember when I was a kid and I hear about chemical castration, I just assumed it would like make your balls shrivel up, fall off, or they inject something into your balls so they like die or something like that. So I was thinking about it. Like, I don't know if Louisiana has like the death penalty for murder and stuff like that. Because I was like, oh my god, they're like actual castration. That's pretty fucked up. But then I was like, well, if they're gonna kill a guy for murdering somebody with the death penalty, is it that different, really? You know?
Yeah.
Which I didn't really think it is too much. But I would think that if they were going to do that punishment, it would have to be like very like obvious guilt.
Yeah.
Like there's definite DNA involved. Like it was recorded, you know, like definitive proof. Because if someone is like falsely convicted, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, extremely messed up. I mean, it looks like it works on both, like chemical castration anyway. It works on the same way on both male and female people.
I would have to imagine that it's super rare for a female sex offender.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine so. But it looks like it's also used to treat cancer.
Oh, okay. Cancer-free. That's good, I guess. I don't know of any other state that has the option of actual surgical castration.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just the balls or what's the deal.
Yeah,
lop the whole thing off?
It's just the testicles.
Oh my god.
Because that's where all the stuff is stored.
Yeah?
All the sex juices.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they just cut the gonads off.
Yeah.
One or both testicles can be removed.
And then what do they give you, a fake walnut in there? So you have the look of it? Probably not.
Maybe not. Nah, I doubt it. They just leave the...
No prosthetic ball.
No, just a flappy sack.
Oh my god. Could you imagine? Just like an old grocery bag flapping there.
That's what it would be. Just an old grocery bag just flapping in the wind.
Yeah. At first I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. But then I was like, well, maybe it's not that fucked up. But again, if it was someone that was like falsely convicted, that would suck.
That would suck a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good. Get rid of their desires and all that kind of stuff by cutting their nuts off.
Or just lock them up forever. I guess this is the cheaper option.
That is the cheaper option.
But a lot of times, I mean, sort of like that sort of abuse is not always sexual in nature.
No.
Sometimes it's just about a power thing.
Yeah.
So they could still molest a kid. Just because you don't have balls.
Yeah, I guess.
So the molestation could still happen.
Would that...
Or they could cut off their everything else, fingers.
Yeah. But is the molestation part, is the power part of the testosterone drive?
Yeah, it could be.
To do that.
Or is it just a mental defect? I got testosterone.
I don't know.
I think it's something more of a mental defect. So they got to remove the brain, I think.
Maybe.
That would solve the problem.
Mental defect could be testosterone induced.
I
don't know how it works. I'm not an expert, and I can't claim to be an expert.
They need to just do lobotomies.
About...
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, yes.
Lobotomize them. There'll be no more molestation after that, for sure.
Be no more. A lot of stuff after that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what would be worse? Take out the
frontal cortex.
Lobotomy or surgical castration? Probably lobotomy.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you can't... After surgical or chemical castration, you can still live a normal life. After a lobotomy, that's it. You can't live a normal life.
Yeah, you just sort of sit there and do what you're told.
You just sort of vegetate.
Yeah. That's pretty fucked up.
That is fucked up.
It's also fucked up they need to make a law about it, too.
Yes, that is also fucked up.
But people are not good, I guess.
No, some people are fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that you could think like, oh yeah, this kid, you know?
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
I mean, anyways. I wonder if you could, like, choose to do it. Like, if you knew you were a bad guy, I'd be like, yeah, I should get castrated.
Maybe.
I know some killers will be like, yeah, I want the death penalty. I'm going to kill again unless I get killed.
Yeah. You got to put me down, boy.
Yeah. So I wonder if there are people like...
I would imagine there are. It's like, I don't want to do this or feel like this.
Yeah.
Just give it to me.
Just chop them off.
Chop them off.
Dry them up, make it into a necklace.
Yeah.
That'd be weird as fuck, dude.
You could just go around and be someone's chief eunuch.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's a, like, fetish for that. Probably. There's probably castration fetish, I bet you. This is a weird topic.
This is a weird topic. Let's roll on.
All right.
Let's roll on. We've lost the plot here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Game Club.
Oh.
I have not played enough of
Prey
to warrant another episode of Game Club in the proper method.
Uh-huh.
So, instead, KurbStomped is going to regale us with his Elden Ring adventures of the new and latest Erdtree DLC.
Yeah, the only expansion.
The only expansion. The newest, the latest, the greatest.
Took him 2 years to do it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Erdtree. Give it to me.
Lay it on you?
Right in the Erd.
Okay, well, first of all, I bought it. It came out at like 9 p.m. on Thursday. So I came home from work at like 4 or whatever, and I bought it. So it'll be ready to go at 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I mentioned this earlier, where this is a DLC where you have to be somewhere in the game to do it. You have to have beaten 2 bosses to get to this part of the game. One is a boss you have to beat the game, and the other's an optional boss.
Yeah.
I'd beaten them both, so I was ready to go. I saved right at the spot where the DLC starts.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till 9 o'clock, start the game up. Not there, nothing's happening. So I was like, oh, maybe it's delayed on Xbox, because it launched early on PC. They were playing at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Our friend Could Be Anyone was playing the game during the day, waiting for the DLC and like doing other things in the game to get ready.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I can already go. I could have been playing this DLC for like the last 3 or 4 hours. So he was doing that. So I'm running in a circle, exiting the game, reloading, restarting, all this stuff. Nothing's happening. So I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, let me go check the store. Maybe they changed the update, the launch time. You know? So I go to the store, and the button on the store is like, oh, install. So it didn't install it when I bought it. So it's like the first time I've ever bought anything on Xbox where it didn't install it immediately.
That's weird.
Because every other time I buy a game, it'll instantly try to install it and be like, hey, you have to delete something.
Yeah.
So, of course, this time it didn't install it. Thankfully, it's only 18 gigs or whatever.
Yeah.
So it took like 10 minutes to install over Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, fucking, I bought this like 4 hours ago. Why didn't it just install it? Anyways. So that sucked. The DLC is in a new area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't remember what the exact name of it is, but it seems to be like the dark to the light of the regular Elden Ring world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you can still get EXP runes in it to level up, but your power is mainly from this new buff that's in the area, where you get from picking up these things called Erdtree fragments.
Erdtree.
Yeah, and every time you level up, it increases how much your stats scale, basically.
Yeah.
So you go in there and you're like, let's say you're at 1 times, but then you do level 1 of the buff, so your stats are like 1.1 times as strong or whatever, and you keep going up. I don't know the exact numbers, obviously, but that's kind of the idea behind it. And I will say, like, the enemies are hard, in the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I do, like, in the main game, I was, like, doing, like, my attacks would do, like, to a boss, like, I would take off, like, you know, an eighth of their health with one attack.
Yeah.
In this, it's just, like, a little crumb of their health bars coming off when you have no buff, right?
1 thou.
Yeah. And, I did level up my stats a fair amount. I was just sort of adventuring around and I'd be like, oh, I found some fragments, level up. Oh, I found some more fragments. Oh, level up. Oh, I found some more fragments. So I'm at like level 4 or something like that. But there's another buff you can get for your summons that buffs up your summons. So you can summon in other players to help you.
Yeah.
Or there's like AI controlled spirit ashes, which summon different like enemies to fight with you.
Oh,
you can only summon them at certain points. Like if you're going into like an area with a lot of enemies, it'll let you summon them, or like some bosses.
Yeah.
So I leveled that up as well. So that's like at level 5 or whatever. I've only fought a few bosses, right? I'm only on New Game Plus 1.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
So I beat the game once and I restarted again and played through to the point where the DLC started. But our friend could be anyone. He's at like New Game Plus like 6 or something like that. And he said he was getting like one shot by the bosses. Like they would hit him once and he would die.
Wild.
So on New Game Plus 1, it's not that bad. I will take a few hits.
Mm-hmm.
And the first sort of like mini boss I fought is this knight in this jail that you go to. But he's so fast and his range is so huge. I kept getting rocked. But they have these new weapons that they've added to the DLC that are almost made to like fight some of the bosses. Mm-hmm. This new weapon, a backhanded sword that I picked up.
Backhanded sword?
Normally you hold the sword
and
it comes out this way. This way it comes out back, right? And the moves are built to like fight this guy, I swear to God. Because when he starts his motion for his attack, you do the backhand power attack and you sort of swing off to the side and stab him in the back. So when I equipped that sword, I finally was able to beat this guy. I was leveled up, so I was doing more damage, which was cool. But I got to the first like boss of the actual boss, and I'd talked to an NPC somewhere in the game. So when I got to the room of the boss, there's like a gold. You can summon these other NPCs. If there's a golden summon spot, it'll summon like an NPC, right? But you can still summon your regular Spirit Ash. And I have a Spirit Ash called the Mimic Tier, which basically makes a dark copy of yourself that has all the same abilities. Everything you're equipped with, your Spirit Ash has.
Yeah.
So he'll use all the moves that you have or any of the items you have that are equipped. So the first boss is this dancing lion. Like, you know the Chinese dragon?
Yep.
So it's like that, but a lion. It looks kind of like that.
Okay, yeah.
So I go in there. I summon the guy outside. I go inside and summon my Spirit Ash. And I just decimated this boss. It was so stupid. I was laughing so hard because he was just getting destroyed by the two guys. I was just like watching basically. And then I started going in and going crazy with my sword or whatever. But it was just like, I trounced him. It was crazy.
That's good.
It's good and bad, you know? Like, people were saying that DLC's so hard or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, I beat him like first try. Like, but a lot of these guys that are saying the DLC is so hard, they're not doing summons. That's a big thing. Is like, oh, you summon, you use a Mimic Tier, oh, like scrub maneuver. Like you're bad, you know? But like, the DLC is designed with using these summons in it, obviously, because there's 2 buff systems in the game. Yeah. One is your character, the other is the summons. Like half of your leveling up is with your summons.
Huh.
So it's kind of designed for summons to be used, right? And then I accidentally started to attack another boss. I just was like, oh, there's an open doorway. I'll walk through it. And it like does a cutscene and summons this boss. But I hadn't used all my EXP. And when in these games you die, you drop your EXP. Yeah. And you can only get it if you pick it up, right?
Yeah.
But it was trapped in this boss room now.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I have to fucking beat this boss to get my runes back. Because there was like a lot of them. Like in this DLC, I entered it at like level 188. Mm-hmm. And I've played like, I don't know, like 10 hours of it or something like that. And I've only leveled up 2 times.
Oh, wow.
Because it takes that many runes to level it up, right? So I was like, I have to get my runes back. So I fought him like 3 or 4 times and I finally beat him. But it was also, again, like, wow, that didn't take that long to beat him. There's been a lot of talk in my chat, talking shit, like, oh, when you get to these other bosses, you're not going to be able to beat this boss ever. It's like, okay, classic. Come on, like, let's be a little serious here. I think I'll be able to beat the boss. But I'm liking it so far. There's a lot of stuff that's sort of reused, but not really. Like, they'll have a similar enemy and it looks different. It's like a palette swap almost.
Yeah. But
they do, like, just so much damage. Like, even like the base enemies, they'll just hit you and it'll be like, oh, that was half my health. But I will also kill them in 1 hit.
There you go.
So it's like...
You just got to get that hit in.
Basically.
If they surprise attack you, you're done.
There's, interesting... So in the game, they have these things called legacy dungeons, which is basically like a dungeon that would have been like in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like a sort of whole big area. And I found one where in the game, you've never played it, you don't know too much about it.
That's true.
But there's these living pots. They're like big jars that are alive, basically. They have a lid.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever, creatures that fight or whatever. Well, you go to basically where the factory where they're made, and you've never seen what's inside of these jars before. So when the first one comes sliding out of the jar and attacks you, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Because this big, massy, fleshy blob comes sliding out of this big jar and attacks you. It's pretty fucked up. But it was a cool dungeon to go through. And then I get to the end of it, and there's like this enemy you fight that's just so fucking fast, and he's teleporting all around, and oh my god, I was like, I don't know how far back I go when I die. Like, do I start is there a checkpoint right at the dungeon, the boss door? So it's like, I have to fucking beat him here because I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back. Thankfully, I beat him.
Yeah.
But it was like a chore to beat him, And then he dropped I get a spirit ash of this guy, right? It's like, dude, that guy was crazy. Like, I'm going to try him out. So I leveled it up to level 9, whatever, and I tried out. And of course, he's so slow now. He's on my team.
This is just the
he
worst.
Barely teleports,
That's the classic meme.
Yeah. He was so crazy when I was fighting him, and then he's just like a little pushover now. I will say, as I was playing it, I was thinking about our good friend Darkside Phil.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I know he's going to fucking hate this DLC.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was right. He's been complaining nonstop about exactly what I said he was going to complain about. Reused enemies.
Yeah.
Too hard. And not enough stuff in it. And that's exactly what he's complained about the whole time. He's just such a little whiny crybaby about it. It's crazy.
Whiny.
Oh man, it's so crazy. But yeah, it was $50 Canadian, I think, like that. I'm enjoying it so far. Well, it's like basically as big as like a regular game.
Yeah.
Not Elden Ring regular game size, but like, let's say it's like a third of the size of Elden Ring, which I played for like 120 hours and I didn't even beat everything.
Well, there you go.
As I was playing it, Could Be Anyone was telling me, you should use this talisman with the new sword or whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, I don't have that talisman. Look through all my talismans. He's like, oh yeah, you are missing a lot of items. It's like, well, I didn't, have an opportunity to play the game every day at work like you do and collect every item, But that could be a kind of fun little challenge, is to like collect every item in the game.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it a lot. It looks cool. I've noticed a little bit of performance. That's one of the big things, is getting is review bombed on Steam now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is mostly because of the performance issues. Because there's a lot of stuttering and frame rate drops.
Oh.
But a lot of people are also review bombing it because it's so much harder than the regular game.
Oh, yeah. Mixed.
Yeah. That'll go back up when the performance gets increased or whatever. I have noticed of some pop in and stuff like that. Like when I'll die and reload, there'll be it'll just have the flat texture of the land, and then all of a sudden all the vegetation will be boop, it'll all pop into the scene,
Yeah. So it looks like that's a lot of the reviews on the front page here. It's just it's optimization's terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is too bad, because that kind of game, you need that frame rate.
Oh yeah, big time. It's been pretty good on Xbox. I think it's more of a PC problem. I haven't explored most of it. Maybe all the problems are later in the game or something like that. But so far, I haven't really noticed any frame drops on the Xbox. So, But I'm also playing it in performance mode. I'm not playing it with like HDR and all that shit on.
Yeah.
So that could change it as well too. But yeah, it's a interesting game, and they've definitely, as I was playing it, I was like, they keep referencing like Mikola, who is like who I'm sort of like following after in the DLC. They keep referring to Mikola as him or her.
Uh-huh.
So I said something in the chat like, is Mikola like a man and a woman? Like, what's going on here? And could be anyone. Was like, oh, all of them are. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, you find an item somewhere in the game that he says explains it in air quotes. But apparently they're all like one half of each person or something like that. Huh. Which I didn't know because I never found that item.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah, it's very weird. The lore is a little crazy in the game where it's like, what's happening? Huh? What? But that's classic Dark Souls where it's like, oh, you have to read the description of every item to figure out the story of the game, which I have been doing, but that's not really helping me because there's
so much
2,000 items in the game, and like some of them just are like, this is the armor worn by a general soldier in the army. It's like, oh, that doesn't really tell me anything. So I also was like walking through the forest near the start, and people can write messages in the game where you stand over them and you can read it.
Yeah.
So I looked at one message and it said like powerful enemy, and there was the pointing, like the guy was pointing into the forest. It's like, I don't see anything over there. So I started walking into the forest and I'm like, oh, there's just like a regular guy in the forest, like a dude with like no shirt on. So I was like, that's weird. And I get close to him and he starts attacking me. And his name is like Logar the Beast Man or something like that. And he's got claws that he's attacking me with. And he's totally like swiping, and I was like, oh, this is like Logan. He's like Wolverine.
Logar.
Yeah. So I beat him and he dropped some beast claws that I can fight with. And the new weapons have all these crazy animations and move sets with them. So this is basically like weapons that are, you're unarmed. Yeah. So you have an unarmed move set now, but there are these claws. But his like moves were just so crazy that he was doing.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I was going to play more yesterday, but my day was fucked up. I woke up, had a shower, went to the grocery store, had breakfast, watched a YouTube video, and then I was like, I'll have a nap. It's like 10 o'clock or whatever. I slept for like 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
So
there goes all your gameplay.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck. I guess I'm not playing it today. So I'll see about doing some streaming of it tonight, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I go home. Yeah, Elden Ring, liking it a lot.
Very good.
You've never really played a Souls-like besides Neo, I guess, eh?
Yeah, and I played a little Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah, Bloodborne.
But not much.
Cool. I want to play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Eventually.
You got a PlayStation. You can do it.
I have it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You haven't played it?
No, it's like free with like on the PlayStation Plus or something like that. So I have it. Just never played it. Yeah, it's good.
Very good.
I'm not going to give it a negative review.
Very good.
Thank you.
I'm going to sneeze.
Oh my god, another one. Just blowing the top of his head off today. Holy. Oh my god, he died. Oh, he came back to life.
I did it. I actually sneezed.
Congratulations, I guess.
Thank you. I had a couple coming up, and that was the first one that actually happened. So that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast. Okay. If you liked what you heard, and I know that you did, leave us a rating. Leave us a thumbs up. Let us know how we're doing. Join the Discord down below and join in the conversation. And hopefully we get a regular game club going on.
Maybe
pretty
one
quickly
day.
Here. I believe we're not going to do the podcast next week because it is opening week for the Game Hub.
Okay.
And so I think I need to focus on the store on that Sunday.
Fine.
Because the next day we are open.
Fine.
The next day we are open. So
fine.
I think that's what's going to have to happen here.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Very good. With that being said, we'll see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye-bye.
2 weeks time. 2
2 weeks
weeks.
time.
Bye.
Bye.